Audio muted.
Subbulakshmi ma'am, are you on the line?
Oh, yes. Hello. Yes.
Subbulakshmi
Hello.
ma'am, are you on the line?
Oh, yes, I'm on the line.
Yeah, can you
Good morning.
switch on your video also, please?
Sure. So I have to give start video, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So,
Good morning, all. Today we have Dr. Subbulakshmi, Assistant Professor, India China Yoga College, Yunnan Minju University, China, who will be giving us today the lecture on differences of yoga and yoga therapy. We welcome you, ma'am, and over to you, ma'am.
thank you. Yeah, thank you. Good morning to all of you. Vanakkam, I'm Subbulakshmi. Sri Devi has given a short introduction about me. So as the topic, we are going to now discuss about yoga and yoga therapy, the differences. Is my audio clear for you all? Sri Devi, am I clearly audible?
Yes.
Yes. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Thank you. So, let's start with a small prayer, chanting 3 omkars. So, let's all sit straight and close your eyes. Observe your breathing. Let's chant 3 times omkar. Gently open your eyes. Okay, so the topic given to me is yoga and yoga therapy, the differences. So I got to know that all of you are already having a good background in yoga. So now we are not going to more in depth of the basic principles about yoga. So this is going to be more general on practical aspects. So you all know basic concepts. So let's see. So generally, when a person looks for yoga, I'm saying the common lay person, not having good background about yoga. So the person, the general public, when a person want to start, when a person want to start yoga, he generally looks for well-being. It's a general well-being, right? He don't look for any specific need from the yoga teacher. The general well-being. So when a person looks for general well-being, he goes for, depending on their information about yoga, they want to choose and go for yoga classes. So you, nowadays, during the lockdown, this is the lockdown period. So many look for maintaining their general well-being. And when it comes for maintaining general well-being, yoga is a very good option for them, because during this lockdown, maintaining fitness.
But I'm
through
very
yoga
sorry to
is,
say,
yes,
audio is very feeble. We are unable to hear
okay.
it. Kindly increase it.
Okay. Oh,
Thank
sure,
you.
sure. Let me. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Hello. Is it fine now? Is it audible?
Yes,
No, ma'am, no major. It's audible,
My-
but it's bit
You
low.
are audible. Might be the problem
my
from our side. Who is this KG? From, because we are all able to hear.
Yes, ma'am, it's working.
it's in full volume. On my side, it's full volume. I
We are
can't
able to
increase
hear you, ma'am.
more than.
Yes, yes.
May I continue?
Yes, ma'am, you continue.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes, ma'am, please. Please.
Yeah. So during this lockdown, maintaining the general fitness through yoga is very convenient. As you know that yoga does not need a very big space. Being in a small house itself, you can do yogic practices. So it's a very big advantage, and you don't need to venture out. Venturing out during this time could be a highly risk option for going gym or any kind of workout. Going out is a very risky thing at this point of time. So yoga is a great tool now to maintain their fitness. This is about general yoga I'm talking about. So here the person is already able to maintain the person is already having some good basic fitness and want to maintain their fitness and be in a general well-being, they can choose yogic program. So here the yogic tools we offer in practices is very well known: asana, pranayama, meditation, and we have chanting sessions and other so these are all the general yogic tools we use in a general yogic classes. Depending on the person's capability and the need, we use slight variations in these yogic tools like asana, pranayama, and meditation. In general well-being class, in yoga class, I'm not talking about yoga therapy, in general wellness class, we use the yogic tools with a slight variation. Mostly we use classical methods, right? You already have good background in yoga, so you may be knowing that classical way of doing asanas, right? So when it comes to general well-being in a general yoga class, the focus of the yoga teacher is to take the practitioners towards doing the classical yoga postures, and it will be focused more on the classical way of doing the asanas or pranayama or the meditation, the traditional meditation techniques, as the person is already having the basic fitness or basic requirements in this general well-being. So this is about general yoga. Now we are going for this general yoga, the yoga teacher need to know basic anatomy and physiology. The good background in anatomy physiology is required to take the practitioners into this wellness program without causing any injury to the person. This is about general yoga class. And when we come to yoga therapy, so what is yoga therapy? Again, I'm not going into the basic things, defining what is yoga therapy and all those things. Just slight introduction about yoga therapy I'm going to give. So you may know that yoga therapy comes under complementary and alternative medicine. It is one of the complementary and alternative medicine. And when compared to allopathy, nowadays people are looking for more into complementary and alternative medicine. In allopathy is a very good system of medicine for emergency treatments. When a person needs emergency situation, when a person is in emergency situation, like in trauma care, accidents, for those things, allopathy is a very good option. We don't have any other option, we can say, for emergency cases. But when it comes to lifestyle related disorders, you can note that most of the diseases comes under lifestyle related and chronic pain condition. In these conditions, allopathy may not be a very good option, because there are a lot when one choosing allopathy, they, for chronic illnesses or lifestyle related problems, they have to be on the medication on a long time process. It's not that you just take some time and come out. Even if you take medicine for some time and come out, and again you may be getting the illness, and again the person has to go to the clinic and continue the medication and be on the follow with the doctor in a long term basis for lifestyle and chronic pain related conditions. So in this situation, people, not only in India, all over the world, they look for alternative medicines. They select alternative medicine as a very good choice, because there is no side effects of medicines, and they don't need to be on the on follow up with a doctor in a long term. And in allopathy, there is no permanent cure for these conditions. They say there is no permanent cure even in allopathy. There are lots of illnesses, they don't have cure and solution for many problems in allopathy medicine. So when a person seeks some relief from long-term problems, complementary and alternative medicine offer a very good choice. Not only yoga therapy, you may know that there are many alternative medicines are available, and yoga therapy is also one among them. So yoga therapy has given promising results in musculoskeletal related disorders. It's already proven through researchers for musculoskeletal related problems. It gives promising results, not only for musculoskeletal related problems, in various illnesses. If we go into the research findings, we can find more and more illnesses where yoga therapy has been proven to be very effective in addressing the long-term problems. I'm not going into detail about all those research and the findings. You can very well get all those articles. So we are not going into that, but it's there are promising results available in yoga therapy for many problems. So when it comes to yoga therapy, here a person comes with a specific need. We already discussed the yoga, where general well-being. So we are seeing yoga and yoga therapy. In yoga, the person is going to seek for general well-being, maintaining their general well-being. But when it comes to yoga therapy, the person may be having some problem. The person may have any problem like low back pain, neck pain, knee pain, or constipation, or digestive related problems. There are so many issues, right? So they may choose any they may have a specific need when they come for yoga therapy. So when a person comes for a specific need, the yoga therapist has to have a very thorough knowledge about anatomy, physiology. Not only thorough knowledge about anatomy and physiology, the pathology. What is the pathology behind the disease? What is the pathophysiology about the problem? All these knowledge are very essential. If the person don't have very good knowledge about the pathology or pathophysiology about the problem, the person may not able to address the person's problem in a very effective way. So the thorough knowledge about these conditions are very, very essential to be a good yoga therapist. And when it comes to the tools for treating addressing the illnesses, again, are the same. Asana, when it comes to yoga therapy, you may know that yoga therapy is not a very separate stream from yoga. It is also a modern development. Yoga therapy is a modern development from yoga. So when it comes to yoga therapy, the tools are again the same. The tools that we seen in yogic practices for maintaining general well-being, the asana, pranayama, and meditation, again here comes the same tools. Asana, pranayama, meditation, diet, lifestyle modification advices for helping the person to come out of the problem. So again, the tools are the same. So one may wonder, then if the tools are the same, again, it is asana, pranayama, meditation, and same technique a person need to use, the yoga teacher needs to use, then why I should learn about yoga therapy? No, I can use the same yogic principles here. Why should I learn, or why should I know about yoga therapy? Though the practices are same, the practices cannot be applied in the same way as we used in general well-being. I would like to give you here a small example. Let's say that in general yoga class, I use Uttanasana and I use Bhujangasana. Say for example, I use these two asanas. If a person complains me about low back strain, I'm saying this is low back strain, not pain. A person is saying in general yoga class, the person is having low back strain, then the teacher may give Uttanasana and Bhujangasana to relieve the strain from the low back. But when it comes to yoga therapy, the person has come for specific need. The person may come for yoga therapy for low back pain. And if the teacher thinks that, Uttanasana and Bhujangasana are good for low back pain, so let me give Uttanasana and Bhujangasana for low back pain for this person who has come with specific problem, low back problem, say for severe low back problem. If I give the same asana thinking that these two asanas may be helpful for addressing the low back pain, what will happen? The pain may get aggravated, right? So the same asana used in yoga practice, if I use in yoga therapy the same asana the same way, it may aggravate the low back pain. This is just an example. If we apply the classical way, the same way, if we apply in therapy classes, then it may aggravate the condition. Whatever may be the condition, it may aggravate. Instead of giving relief for the problem, it may aggravate the condition. Then the student who have come looking for relief may wonder. People told me that yoga therapy is good for low back pain, and I have gone for yoga class. The teacher given me these two asanas. Instead of getting relief from my low back pain, I've got aggravated in the pain. They may complain and they may wonder, where it got failed. So we cannot use the same yoga asanas in addressing the specific problem like low back pain. So what we do here is we use the variations or modifications. Now let me discuss about the modern schools of yoga, because when it comes to variations or modifications, it differs schools to schools. There are, now you may know that modern schools of yoga, there are very good traditional schools of yoga are there. Now modern yoga schools are there. You may know some schools, let me name some so that you get some idea. In Chennai, we have Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, Iyengar Yoga is there, Ashtanga Yoga is there, Bihar School of Yoga is there, and Shivananda Yoga and Vyasa, like that. There are these are the modern schools of yoga, right? So when it comes to yoga therapy, they may have their own methodology. You may know that the though the goal of yoga for all these schools are same, but the methodology, the way they teach, the practices are different from schools to school. As you are having good background in yoga, you may know about this, right? So when it comes to different schools, I've studied in Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, and I already I have some I have learned also in Iyengar schools, Iyengar system. So I'm familiar with these two schools. So I can discuss about these two schools. And other schools, I don't have very much deeper knowledge. So let me take these two schools and I can tell you how they use the yoga therapy methodology in Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram and Iyengar. When it comes to Ashtanga yoga, they say that they say that we don't have separate yoga therapy methodology or program, because they believe that the series they have, that primary series and Surya Namaskar ABC they have, right? They say that the practice itself is therapeutic, so we don't have separate therapy program or separate methodology. Yes, of course, yoga by itself is therapeutic. Nobody denies it, because yogic practices from the beginning, if a person can practice for a long term, and if the person is lucky enough to practice from younger age, then it is therapeutic, no doubt about it. But what happens, when a person starts the yoga program in the middle age or in their later period, then they cannot go into straight away joining the Ashtanga yoga. If a person joins in 40s or late 40s or early 50s, they may find it very difficult to start from the basic. I'm saying particularly the Ashtanga school of yoga, the Patabi Joyce, their school of yoga, where they don't have separate therapeutic program. They say their series itself is therapeutic. So, but when it comes to Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram or Iyengar school, they have an extensive therapeutic program. And in both the schools, in Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram and Iyengar school of yoga, their yoga therapy is individualized. They don't give the therapy in a group setting. And Krishnamacharya, you may know, the father of modern yoga, he emphasized on individual way of teaching, one-on-one class. It's not in a group class. He always emphasis on one-on-one way of teaching. And when it comes to yoga therapy program in Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram as well as Iyengar, it's only individual. Maybe under specific conditions or other circumstances, they may conduct in a group setting, but it's not common in a group. Conducting yoga therapy in a group setting is not common in these two schools, but given under specific circumstances, they may do it in a group, but it is highly individualized. So when it comes to Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, they use variations. Given an asana, take any one asana, they have lots and lots of modification, and they may use any one variation depending on the flexibility of the person, depending on the need of the person. And they use a lot of breathing techniques, pranayama. Even in asana, they use long chanting, breathing programs, inhale, exhale, like that. They use, even in a slight movement, they use more breathing variations, breathing, the pranayama, the modification in pranayama, they may introduce in asana itself. And even in pranayama, they use chanting, they use movement. So their way of introducing therapy is more variations in pranayama. In asana, they use more chanting also in therapy. And when it comes to Iyengar school of yoga, in Iyengar school of yoga, when it comes to yoga therapy, they use more props. To do one asana, they may use a heavy weights and a bolster, belt, like that. They may use a lots of props when it comes to yoga therapy. Even in a common yoga program in Iyengar system, you may find using a lot of props. The need is that if the person is not much flexible or the person needs adjustments in the pose, then they may achieve that goal through using the props. So in Iyengar school of yoga, they use lots of props and make the person be in the pose and relax in the pose and do a lot of breathing, all those variations using props they introduce in Iyengar school of yoga when it comes to yoga therapy. So here in yoga therapy, when it though they use in Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram or in Iyengar school of yoga, though they use variations or use props, all those things, once the specific issue is addressed, say for example the person has come for low back pain or knee pain or hypertension, for whatever the reason the person has come for yoga therapy, once the issue has been addressed, then the teacher, the yoga therapist, bring back the person to normal routine like regular yoga practice. So it is the yoga therapist work does not stop just addressing the issue, because once addressing the issue and the person goes back to normal life, then it may not be addressed as a holistic. You may know that yoga therapy or any CAM therapy comes under holistic treatment. It is not just symptomatic, like allopathy. It's more when it comes to lifestyle or chronic illnesses, it's more symptomatic. They give symptomatic relief. So once they get the symptomatic relief, the person goes back to life again. They get the problem, they come back to the doctor and get the medicine, and it goes on and on when it comes to allopathy. But when it comes to CAM, complementary and alternative medicine, it's not symptomatic. The issue has to be addressed at the cause. If the cause is not addressed, then there is no meaning in addressing the issue, because it's going to come again after some time. The person is going to come and it's going to be same like allopathy, symptomatic relief. So when it comes to yoga therapy, it's not just addressing the specific need. After addressing the specific need, the person has to come to the regular stream and go with the regular practices on a day-to-day basis for addressing the cause of the problem. So as we know that in allopathy, there is no permanent cure for long-term problems. When continuing the long-term practice, so here where yogic practices comes under lifestyle, it's not just practices. It has to be a part of your life. It has to be a lifestyle. Then only it can address the long-term problem. So it comes under lifestyle modification. So like brushing our teeth and doing our regular work, yogic practices has to become as a part of our life. That is the goal of the yoga teacher. It's not just addressing the specific need. Once addressed the specific need, then the yoga therapist brings the person to the regular stream, doing the yogic practices and continuing the yogic practices. Then only the person can reap the full benefits of the yogic practices, not just addressing the symptom and go away and get back again and come. That's not the goal here. So continuing the practices and reaping the full benefits of the yogic practices are the goal. Even in these two schools, when it comes to Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram or Iyengar, once they address the issue, then we can see the person continuing in their regular yoga program. So a person may know, why should I go for learning yoga therapy? I know yoga, I have learned, let me just continue with what I've learned. I don't want to learn yoga therapy. What is the importance of learning yoga therapy is that if the yoga teacher learns and have a very good knowledge about yoga therapy, then it boosts the confidence of the yoga teacher. Because when it comes to common class, we face, when we teach a regular practice, On continuing the classes, some person suddenly may come and say, after a few classes, I've developed a low back pain. And another person may say that I have developed some constipation after practicing yoga with you for some time. Like that, if the students come and complain to the yoga teacher, if the yoga teacher is not trained in yoga therapy or don't have any clear idea or knowledge about yoga therapy, the yoga teacher may wonder how to address these issues. Why after teaching few classes the students come with the complaints. Like that, the yoga teacher may the motivation of the yoga teacher may go down. Why they develop these problems? What's wrong in my teaching? Like that, the person's motivation may go down. But if the yoga teacher has very good knowledge about yoga therapy and addressing the issues of a person when teaching the common yoga classes, then it boosts the confidence of the yoga teacher. So that way also learning yoga therapy is very good. I'm not advising anybody that they have to compulsorily go and learn yoga therapy. As here I'm discussing the topic about yoga therapy, I want to say what is the advantage of learning yoga therapy, why one has to have a clear knowledge about yoga therapy. So that's what I'm talking here. I'm not pushing anybody to pursue on yoga therapy, if up to their choice. But here I'm explaining what is the advantage of learning and having good knowledge about yoga therapy. And
Subbulakshmi ma'am,
yes,
this session is now ending in another 1 minute. Shall
okay,
we
fine.
connect back again 11:40?
Sure.
Yeah. And by the time
Yeah.
all the participants be ready with all your doubts regarding yoga therapy, because ma'am wants to address to each and every problems you face with your subjects or with your own family members. So ma'am is ready to spare a good time for us to clear all our doubts. So meantime, keep all your doubts ready and we shall connect back again at 11:40.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry.